Early voting is officially underway in Georgia. Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Frank Malloy. Georgia's Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger says despite some skepticism about Hurricane Helene's damage around the state, all counties were ready to welcome early voters.
So many people said, what's going to happen? There's no way you'll have elections starting in Georgia on time. And in spite of all that, today early voting has started all 159 counties.
And Secretary of State Chief Operating Officer Gabe Sterling says opening day for early voting set a state record. He says as of 4 o'clock this afternoon, more than 250,000 early votes were cast. Carmen Brown with our Verify the Vote team is joining us live outside of one Bibb County polling location. Carmen is wrapping up day one from the Elaine Lucas Senior Center.
Frank, since 8 a.m. today, people have been making their way to polling centers to make their picks official. Now, voting ended at 5:30 p.m. here in Bibb County, but at some places across the state, their polling centers are staying open as late as 7. Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger says he predicts that about 60 to 65% of Georgia voters will engage in early voting, and he says that he encourages everyone to get out and make their vote as early as they can. Tuesday marked the first day of early voting in Georgia. Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger kicked off early voting by reassuring Georgians.
We're going to make sure that we have safe, secure, accurate elections. And we've been working on that.
Along with ramping up election security, he says his team modeled the poll check-in experience similar to Chick-fil-A's customer service. Team reported as of Tuesday morning, line wait times were at a low of 57 seconds per voter. That's across the state.
We also think that voting should be fun. So lines have to be shorter than 1 hour. We think that's important.
Going back to the primaries, election equipment was checked in all 159 counties, and he says they'll conduct audits during the process and afterward to ensure accurate results.
The counties check 100% of their equipment also with logic and accuracy testing. Every piece is checked before it goes out, that it's accurately recording everything.
Raffensperger says he's aware of threats, but is confident there will be no disruptions to the election process.
We do work with CISA, national organizations that have capabilities far beyond what people have at the state level. And so we understand that there are threat vectors out there, and we're looking at that. But you'll have a human readable text that's on official paper ballot that has a watermark seal on it.
That seal signifies the ballot is state property. And as a reminder, he says you'll cast your vote on a machine which will print your choices, so you'll be able to check the accuracy of your ballot before it enters the scanner. So while he's not worried about cyber fraud, he encourages you to get out and cast your vote early.
It helps the counties. They'll just have fewer voters to have to worry about and move them through on that election day.
Now, he says if you are planning on voting now, you can visit any early polling site within your county during that window. And if you're unsure of the status of your voter registration, you'll want to head to the state's My Voting page online or call and check in with your local election office. Live in Macon, Carmen Brown, 13 WMAZ News. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Carmen. Early voting runs through Friday, November 1st. If you have election questions you want answered, send us an email to news@13wmaz.com or reach out on social media. Our Verify the Vote team will answer your questions, and they could even bring you along to take a peek behind the process.